Are you wondering how much allowance you should give your child? I'm Amanda L. Grossman from moneyprodigy.com, where I'm teaching kids age 8 to 13 how to save their money and manage their money through money educational adventures like the Mount Everest Money Simulation. And today I want to talk to you about how much allowance you should give your child, but actually broaden your horizons to think a bit bigger about this. Because what you really need to be thinking about is how to set up your entire kid money system and not just how much you should give in allowance. So there are 4 elements that you need to decide on to set up your kid money system. And yes, we'll go over how much to give them as part of that. Decision number 1 that you need to make is decide what money is going to be given for in your household. Now there are 5 different types of systems that you can use to get money into your child's hands, and we'll go over those briefly. So there's the dole method, which is where everyone starts. It's when your kid asks, hey, I want to buy this skateboard, can I have $15? And based on your mood or the amount of money that you have at the time or your expectations or any number of things, you can say yes or no. This is the dole method. Number 2 is learning-based earnings. So if you want to give your child an initiative, a monetary initiative for getting good grades in school, for reading a certain number of books over the summer, there's certainly some summer reading programs out there, for any sort of learning performance or efforts that they put in. Number 3 is an allowance, where your child is given a consistent amount of money every so many days to manage in any number of ways. Number 4 is chore-based commissions, where your child earns money by doing certain chores or tasks in the household. And the final one is employer or consultant-based earnings. And this is where kids earn money through kid-initiated projects that they come to you about that they want to do in your household, and you guys negotiate a price and that sort of thing. So your first step is to decide which of those systems you think is going to be best. Decision number two is to decide on how often to pay them. So are you going to pay them weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, every so many days? If you're doing the dole method, you'll be paying them sort of on demand, so that can be a little bit more willy-nilly. If you're doing the learning-based earnings, you might pay them at the end of a semester or the middle of a semester, or any number of decisions there. Decision number 3 for your kid money system that you're going to set up is to decide on what method to pay with. Are you going to pay by cash? Are you going to pay by check? Are you going to pay by loading a gift card? Are you going to use an allowance app of some sort? Are you going to do direct deposits from your account into their checking account? Are they going to use an ATM to get this money? Lots of decisions there to make. And decision number 4, the big one, on how much money to give your child. You do need to decide this. I'm going to give you 3 tips to help you, or 3 things to really consider when you're thinking about this, because there's so much information out there on how much money you should be paying your child. The number 1 thing that you need to look at is money responsibilities. So when you hand over money to your child, whether they're earning it in some sort of chore-based system or whether they're getting it in like an allowance type system, what are the responsibilities that you're tagging that with? So do you give your child $20 a week and they're now responsible for their school lunches? Do you give your child $30 a week and they're expected to save 25% of that towards their school clothes in 5 months from now? What are these money responsibilities that you're going to be expecting your child to pay for now that they're getting some money of their own? The number 2 consideration is your child's age. So here again, I don't want to give you hard cut rules on if your child is 8, they should get $1 every week for their age and that sort of thing, so they should make $8 a week. And I don't want you to necessarily look at other parents and think, oh, their child who's the same age is getting $10 a week, so that's what I need to be giving my child. But what I do want you to consider is if your child is older, giving them a really small amount could have like a money elastic effect, that when they get that first paycheck from a job, they might just go nuts because they think it's a ton of money. Or with a small child, if you give them a lot of money, that's going to really raise their expectations to probably something that's too high to ever meet again, at least until they're really earning in their own careers. So you want to think about the age and not give too much when they're too young or too little when they're older and about to get a job. And the third thing that I want you to think about is, what do they think they should be getting? Now, I am by no means telling you that you should base the amount of money that you're going to give your child off of the amount that they think they should get. But this is going to give you an insider's look into their own money context in their brain. And you're going to be able to see, understand a little bit better how much they think is a lot of money, how much they think is too little. Do they think $5 a week is what a baby would get? Do they think $10 a week is a ton of money? What's going on in their own mind? And so you might just want to ask them, how much do you think you should get? And just let them know that that in no way means that that's the amount that they're going to get. But it's an interesting conversation to have so that you can start getting an idea of what you should be paying them. Now, I'm running a 48-hour Kid Money System Makeover Challenge that I would love for you to be a part of. We're going to actually tailor build your kid money system with the money goals and lessons that you want to pass on to your child in mind, so that it's actually built into the system itself, and go over all kinds of cool things about kid money systems so that you will be set to really start implementing one. I hope you join me. The link is in the information below.